This is Terrence Andre Banks with Information Age Financial Solutions coming to you with an article I read from TheStreet.com from Mish Talk about the pension crisis. And I haven't done a video in a while about this. That doesn't mitigate the growing problem and how it's really hit a boiling point. I love the way Mish outlines this stuff, and especially for Illinois, which is ground zero, as he mentioned, for the pension crisis. Definitely worth paying attention to. I'm going to put a link inside the description to kind of dive right in. In Illinois, hundreds of billions of dollars of pension debt are dragging residents and the government at every level underwater. It's not just Illinois, but Illinois is ground zero for the public sector pension crisis. It seems, no, it's not only unfair, but also unreasonably costly to force hundreds of millions of Americans to shoulder a burden that has nothing to do with them. Only 4% of Americans working in the private sector have access to a defined benefit pension plan as their sole form of social of retirement security. The rest of us must rely on some combination of 401ks, hybrid plans, or Social Security. The Prairie State pension debt is worse in the nation relative to the size of each state's economy. Moody Investors Service estimates unfunded liabilities in Illinois' 5 state-managed pension systems at $230 billion for fiscal year 2019. Now, I don't want to, even though it sounds $230 billion is a lot of money, especially because, we living in the point where, sorry about that, trillions seems to be the name of the game, but truth be told, it's extremely ridiculous, these numbers. Then it equals to about 26% of gross domestic product. Moody's also projects that the debt will grow to an all-time high of $261 billion for fiscal year 2020, owing to investment losses. Investment losses, especially in the day and age where we're at close to Dow at 30,000. This is crazy. And markets riled by the COVID-19 pandemic. Hiking taxes or otherwise throwing more money at the current pension system will not solve the problem. Repeat that again. Throwing more money at the current pension system will not solve the problem. Illinois spends more of its revenue on pensions than any other state in the nation, but also has the largest gap with respect to what it would need to pay without reform. Voters recognize that income tax hikes are the wrong strategy when they soundly rejected a proposal to raise revenue by switching from a flat to a progressive income tax on the November 3rd ballot. Many of the toughest problems facing Illinois stem from the crisis, leaving their home state at the bottom of too many best lists and the top of many worst lists. The second highest property taxes in the nation, leaving someone with a home value at the median price of $187,200, paying $4,299 per year in property taxes, according to Wallet Hub. The second slowest growth in home values since the Great Recession. The second most debt taxpayer, according to Truth Accounting, at $52,000 per year per state taxpayer. The least friendly total state and local tax burden for the middle class, according to Personal Finance Strategies. Personal Finance site Kiplinger. The largest raw population decline over the past decade with the high state and local tax burden. The most common reason residents say they want to leave. There's a lot of advertising on the site, but the information is worth your while, so bear with me with that. Problem with tiers. There's much more to the article, including a discussion of pension tiers. Those hired before the 2010 reforms are in Tier 1. All groups have excessive benefits, but Tier 1 is outrageous. Teachers average $2.3 million in retirement. The average Tier 1 retiree makes $2 million in retirement. That's just astronomical. I can't even wrap my head around a teacher receiving that much in terms of probably salary and benefits, but it is what it is. Illinois court will only allow changes that affect new workers, declaring the benefit of current workers and retires off limits, including even the future growth rates of benefits for work not yet performed. The solution is not pension reform or higher taxes, but rather bankruptcy reform. Yes, when you're insolvent like this, bankruptcy reform is necessary. Serious pension reform will not happen unless and until bankruptcy reform happens first. Pensions are not a sacrament bankruptcy, but courts will rule they are until then. Bankruptcy negotiation happens at the federal level, not the state level, but states can opt out. Illinois is one of the states that did opt out. Bush did not try, nor did Trump, to fix this at the national level. Of course, the matter would not even come up under Obama. He made negative progress on the union and pension reform. Okay. At the state level, many cities would immediately declare bankruptcy if they could. These cash-strapped cities desperately needed to shed impossible to pay pension obligations. If Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker was serious about fixing the pension mess, he'd promote the bankruptcy reform. But he won't. He's another corrupt governor beholden to corrupt unions. Mish, this is his opinion. And he got some of the people chimed in from what he stated. Worth your time reading the comments. Pensions is such a big topic, and so many of my family members, why I can't stress enough about talking about it. Even I haven't talked about it in a little while. They still at the forefront of my mind because, again, it's just what so many Americans and many people just rely on in general. If this video has been any value to you, please subscribe, smash the like button. And until my next video, I'm out.